YouTube family, welcome back to another video. I got some good news and I got maybe some bad news. Some people may think this is bad news. So Honda's dropping a new trim level for the Civic, the CR-V, and the Pilot. And this trim level is the LX. So LX, a few years ago, was pretty much in almost every Honda model, and it's the lowest one you can get. I know years ago you had the DX and it was even lower than that, but don't even worry about that. We're bringing back the LX to the Civic sedan, the Civic hatchback, CR-V, and Pilot. The Accord and HR-V already have an LX. The Odyssey, I don't think the LX is coming back, and then Passport never even had an LX. And with the CR-V, besides the LX, also Honda's gonna make some EXs and some EXLs without blind spot. Chip shortage is still an issue, so I think Honda's still having an issue getting cars with blind spot now. And last year, Honda actually percentage dropped in how much vehicles they made because they couldn't get certain features, so they couldn't make a certain amount of cars, if that makes sense. But this year, I think they're trying to do better than last year and find a way to still produce cars, even though they have this issue with the blind spot. And that's why LX is coming back. Because LX don't have blind spots, so it makes sense. It really makes sense. But you can't just make LXs, you know, like people don't really buy LXs. So now you can buy an EX, EXL, CR-V with blind spot, or you can buy one without it. Now, I don't know how they can do the pricing. Someone commented in one of my videos saying that Honda is going to discount the vehicle like $550 if it doesn't have blind spot. I'm not sure. Once we get a little bit more closer, we'll see. Because Honda hasn't really made an announcement. But the only reason why I know about this is because I've seen some vehicles coming in, and it's like a CR-V EX and some, you know, it's not just EX. It's EX plus some other letters and then EXL with some other letters. So that's why I'm assuming it's going to be a vehicle without blind spot. So you have every other features. Well, who knows? Maybe there's some other features missing too. It's just this chip shortage thing is pretty crazy. I can't confirm for the sport hybrid and the touring hybrid. Don't know if they're gonna make models without blind spot in those two. But I know EXL for sure. So this is just pretty interesting. I've never seen a trim level get taken away and then Honda puts it back. I'm sure this happened in the past before, but this is the first time I'm experiencing it. And it's funny because I made a video on the Civic and I said for 2023, what's new is they got rid of LX, so now you're down to 3 trim levels: Sport, EX, and Touring, or for the hatchback, Sport, EXL, and Sport Touring. But LX is back. The reason why I said that this is probably bad news to some people, because me and like every other salesperson in the world, you know, like the end of last year, before the 23s came out, we knew that Honda was releasing the 23s with no LX. So we're telling everyone, you know, if you want an LX, you better get a 22, or you're gonna have to get a Sport. And I know a lot of people out there probably got a Sport because, you know, they're wearing no LX, and now Honda's bringing it back. But to be honest, I don't think Honda is just gonna have a bunch of LXs, you know, because LX is just not a selling trim level. Because when the 22 Civic first came out, sports and touring is kind of what everyone buys, and that's why you barely see any EXL hatchback trim levels out there or any EX sedans, because everyone buys sport. Sport is actually good value. Like it's the most popular trim because it's not too basic, it's not too loaded, and you get a good amount of stuff for the money. So I think it still would be that way. You still can get a Sport, because Sport don't come with blind spot either. So they're probably gonna make way more sports than LXs, in my opinion. And if they can get some blind spot, like I said, they probably can get a lot of that feature. Whatever they can is probably just gonna get saved for the touring. They may not even just produce the EX or the XL. They may just make 1 or 2 of those, but just save all the blind spot for the touring and sport touring, and then just keep making sports. So it makes sense. For the Pilot LX, even for 22, 20, did they even have it for 22? I think you could get a LX. I don't even remember. The last LX Pilot I saw brand new was like 2 years ago. Like Honda don't produce those. So even though they're bringing the LX Pilot, don't think that it's going to be like 50 of them everywhere. Like it's just, I doubt, in my opinion, I don't think they're making a lot of LX Pilots. So I'm wondering what it'll look like too. It's probably gonna be, I think the LX Pilot probably look like an EX, but don't have the heated seats and, you know, power seats and leather steering wheel, all that stuff. It's gonna be plain Jane. And as far as the LX Civic, we already know what it's gonna look like because they had it for 22, so it'll probably just be the same thing. So I'm not even curious about that. But the LX CR-V though, I'm curious to see what that will look like. It'll probably look like an EX, just minus all the features. So if you didn't buy a Civic because you wanted an LX, you always had LXs, you don't want any features or anything like that, you know, now is your chance. But I think that dealerships still gonna pre-sell them. I don't think they're gonna get a bunch of them. And if you really want one, you probably should try to put a deposit down and reserve one being built or something like that. Because if you wait, chances are you're probably not gonna get one. Because I don't think Honda's gonna make a bunch of them. And for the older crowd, the crowd that don't want no features, LX was always your go-to trim level because, first of all, you don't want to spend too much money because LX is the cheapest, and you don't care about features. Some of you guys are gonna be happy, but same thing though. I don't think it's gonna be a bunch of them just gonna be available. I think Honda's still gonna focus on the CRVs. I think they're gonna focus on sport tourings, and they'll focus more on hybrids. I don't think EX and EXLs is gonna be as accessible as the hybrids. But then hybrids is a high demand, and that's what's gonna sell out first. So then you still probably be left over with the EX and EXL, and then like I said, the handful of LXs they may make. Who knows? Maybe they will make a bunch of LXs. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's too early to tell, but I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that if you've been shopping, you want the cheapest trim level, you had an LX last year or you're shopping last year and you wish they had one to buy one, well, it's coming back and you can get one. Obviously, when these models come out, we're going to do a walk around. We're going to take a look at them. I'm wondering how pricing is going to be. Most salespeople by now are aware if they're getting those weird EXs without blind spot or EXL without blind spot. If you're someone that had to have blind spot, maybe you got like some type of medical thing, you can't turn your head or whatever. When you're ordering a car, especially a CRV, just make sure you're getting an EX or EXL with blind spot. Now that's a question you have to ask because EXs always came with it and EXLs. Now this whole situation is happening. You gotta just make sure you're getting one with or without it, because I can see some people order an EX and the salesperson, probably put their name on one that's without the blind spot and they don't really know, and it comes in and it could be a deal breaker or it could be a big deal. In my opinion, it's not really a deal breaker to me because I drive a 2009 Civic, SI. I don't have none of these features. But then my 22 Touring does have it. But even with the Touring, I still kind of, look at your blind spot. But it does come in handy if you're someone older. Like I said, you can't be looking left and right like that. If you drive in New Mexico, most likely you want blind spot because no one here could drive. I feel like people just bought their driver's license, didn't even take a test, just bought off the street and then they're just driving because it's crazy. Coming from New York and driving New Mexico is insane. You would have thought it'd be the reverse, but it's not. It's people, in my opinion, they're worse out here than New Yorkers. But I did want to make this video just to kind of put you guys on. I know I've been doing a lot of Honda stuff lately, and I love the product. I know I work there and I sell the cars and stuff like that. But it's a really good product. You see my cars that we've owned, it's just mostly been Honda and Acura. So, and I'm not saying I know everything about these cars. I try. Whatever I know, I make videos, walk arounds. But a lot of you guys like it, so I appreciate you guys that do watch the videos and like it and comment. And if I miss anything, you comment, let me know, because that's what it's all about. We still got a lot of cars to do. We still got the LX Now Pilot, the Sport Pilot walk around, EXL. And not just the EXL, but 7-passenger and 8-passenger, because you have the choice now with the pilots. And the Accord. I mean, we have to do the whole lineup of the Accord. We have a Touring hybrid. Touring's only hybrid now in the Accord, 23, coming in. So stay tuned for that video. We're going to do a walk around on that when that comes in, but we're going to do all the trim levels on there. And then when we see a LX Pilot, I wonder what that's going to look like, but we definitely got to do a walk around on there. If you go to Honda's website now and look at the trim levels, it's not going to show you LX at all, because like I said, this is very early news. So if you're trying to build one and get pricing, we don't have any of that yet. I may make another video once we get that, or I may just wait till one comes in person. We gotta see what's going on. But I just want to make this video and pretty much just kind of let you guys know LX is back. CRV came out for 23 with no LX. Well, it's coming back. And what's crazy is these cars are coming soon. It's not even like they're gonna wait to 24 and then just release the LX. They released the 23s with no LX and then right in the middle just bring it right back. It's pretty interesting. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. If I miss anything, comment down below. You guys already know the drill. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.